You look. The next ship out of here is heading for Rathir. Are you interested in coming aboard? Suit yourself.
I fought some of the...
Not exactly the heroes of legend, but you're a welcome sight nonetheless. Cluricon is all swamp, jungle, and death. Have you ever tried fighting an army in a place like this? It's hot, wet, and it always smells like something died, because something did. We've been the front line of this war for the last decade. The fact that Mel Senshir still stands at all is a testament to all we've sacrificed. I was just a child before the siege started. I joined the army because I dreamed of becoming a hero like the great General Tilera. Funny thing, dreams. The General's army used to defend us, but that was before the Tuatha started summoning Niskaru to join them. Tilera's forces never stood a chance. Still, she blamed herself and went into exile. We could have used her here, but heroes only show up when you really need them, right? Those bastards keep squeezing us and squeezing us. Well, it's time for them to see what we mortals can do. When Mel Senshir was built, the Winter Fae weren't the friendliest of neighbors, but they were nothing like the Tuatha they've become. Likely you've come to see the fortress before it falls. I've seen her stand for the last 10 years, but the end, I think, has finally come. Our scouts report that the Tuatha are massing, and in their wake we've seen it. The Niskaru Lord, Baelor, has come for Mel Senshir at last. Indeed, they expect us to hide behind the walls of Mel Senshir. Instead, we'll rush the field and delay the Baelor's arrival. That leaves the Witch Knight. Malwyn is the commander of the Tuatha forces, and likely the one who has made a pact with the Baelor. You and Tilera will be part of an effort to kill him. If we can kill Witch Knight Malwyn, then the Baelor may run rampant in the field, and in the chaos we can rout the Tuatha. It is much to hope for, but that's the plan. Soon. I know you're eager, but take a moment to make sure you're ready. Check your gear and say your goodbyes. When you're ready, come meet me by the gates. I'll be readying the troops.
Come on, the commander's waiting for us.
I hope they don't attack with trolls again.
Criathnock Thintri, the Fae call it. Sky-crowned mountain. It's beautiful, isn't it? Like stars across the night sky, the varied elements of magic arrange themselves throughout our world in different patterns. This place is a convergence of one such pattern, a focus of the energies of air and light. Exactly so. This place is to lightning what Aod is to fire, or Sadeas is to ice. Your power has grown so much in so short a time. It is astonishing, really. I am proud to have guided you this far. At first, I thought I could contain her, that I could keep her at bay. But I was vain. Her power is vast, and she is tireless. Ever since your initiation trial, she has been worming deeper into my mind. She made me wait until you arrived. I cannot fight her any longer, so I must try to end it here. Now run. Run!
This mage was clever. It took a great effort to break his mind. And at the last moment, he sought to deny my victory. Unfortunately for you, he failed. Are you beginning to see the pattern, child? From flame and frost and storm, I take my form. Who am I? I have eaten the fruit of Irminsul, the Tree King, and sown blood into the fields of Aesir Danon. I have sucked marrow from the bones of Irathi, and listened to the laments of dying stars. I am the Empyrean, the dark-hearted, the Lady of Sorrow and Dust. I will not bow to your will.
How goes the work? The monsters are dropping like flies, I hope. Very well. Just let me see how much I owe you. Well, there we are. All even. Would you like to continue helping me? I have refreshed your vials. Return when all 4 have changed color, and I will pay you. Remember, They will change color after you've slain 10 kobolds, 5 Kuraks, 3 Etten, and 3 of the Jotun. Good hunting. Well, perhaps... will speak like...
baubles, trinkets.
Curios, talismans, items of power.
So many mages.
Welcome.
Good, you're back. As much as I'm dying to know what transpired atop Skycrown, that'll just need to wait until the Archsage is through with you. He requested you join him in his quarters, just around the corner down the hall.
Wards can be a tricky thing if you don't know how to handle them. Another time.
Hello.
At last. I had hoped you'd come sooner. The curse is strong. That you are here at all is a godsend. The creature that has stalked the minds of our savants, Nuala, Kadok, and Ethan. She is here. She has come for me, at last. The possession she used on the savants you've encountered, I tried to fend her off. Though I stand before you, the sorceress has begun usurping other parts of my mind. I retained a part of myself and made the glyph that took you here. She is the one that has stalked the minds of our greatest mages. But there is a more troubling history than that. Once I have been freed, there will be plenty of time to discuss her true nature. When we met in Talarain, I knew then that Savant Inga was right about you. Maybe too right. It is more than chance, Adept, that has brought you into contact with this sorceress before. And it's more than luck, I think, that you survived each encounter. I am not the Archsage without cause. I had prepared myself for this manner of attack. It is how I can speak with you now. She is assuming control of my uncontrolled thoughts. I cannot venture out of this sanctum, lest I fall to her. You must thwart her plans. Take this, the true history of our order. It is the only help I can give you now. As the Archsage, I've trained myself to withstand attacks to my mind. Her previous attempts were weak, not as immediate as this. She does not target my conscious self now. She instead moves to conquer my repressed flaws, my misguided thoughts, and she will exploit them in time. I have been following what has happened to the savants that conducted your initiation. Those poor souls. If this dark sorceress is done with them, she must have learned all she could. She must be near her goal. There is more to our history than books and scrolls, but we must solve matters here first. Then I will answer all you ask. If you wish to return to my chambers in Rathir, I will accommodate you. But do not wait too long to return. I need your help to defeat this curse. Good. If we are swift, we should be able to break this curse before my mind is completely hers. The sorceress has taken over some parts of my mind. They will be strong, magnified aspects of myself. Be wary.
You are too late, child. Even if you halt my ensnarement of the Archsage's mind, I have already accomplished what I needed. I have seen all that I need to see, and you have served your purpose well. This body is the incarnation of the Archsage's goals and ideals. For all his aspirations, the man is a slave to his discipline. It is a pity. Had I the time to foster some of these ambitions, he would make a useful pawn, just like you. Do you not understand, child? It was your initiation that freed me. The magic of the spell could not find your potential, and so it chose the greatest power this world has ever known. Ah, but you have not seen his thoughts like I have. I have delved into the man's aspirations. They are laughable. They leave him disregarding the reality of his pitiful situation. Even on this hill, you see all the parts of himself he ignored. The sacrifices he made to become the Archsage he thinks he is. And they shall rise again. Taste his ambition. You... I see that my attempts to take hold of the Archsage's ambitions were less than successful. Not that he cares. There are, after all, so many flaws for me to hook into, to exploit. Already I have gleaned from his thoughts all I need. Perhaps you would like to know his feelings towards me? Ciara Sedanus? In all the minds I have seen, there have been none that carried such indifference as this Archsage. Does he care about the wars that wage across his land? No. Does he care for the lives of his subordinates? Not in the slightest. He long ago surrendered to the inevitability of my return. Yes, I am the tyrant queen of the Dark Empyrean. The fools of the Scholia Arcana believe I was killed, but the Archsage knows the truth. It is, perhaps, why he has surrendered all hope. He knows I cannot be defeated, only delayed. Indeed, I had much the same thought. It is so small and boring, after all. He resigns himself to a singular fate, and this apathy that ensues, it is absolute. He truly cares nothing for his subordinates, or his home. I wish to enjoy this sensation more. So instead of me, you shall face some of this man's nightmares. Let us fight!
I no longer feel the prying of Sedanus on my mind. You have freed me of her. Thank you, Adept. By freeing me of her influence, I can distill for you those thoughts you have liberated. From my ambition, I can impart to you an indomitable resolve. From my indifference, I can craft a fearless impartiality. The choice is yours. for my indifference, I can impart to you a sense of fearlessness. Through ambition, you can gain a will to strive for perfection. In many ways, they seem similar, but to you, the effects are disparate. I am the Archsage, but I am also a human. There were certain flaws of character that I had repressed. Sardanis intensified those flaws until they threatened to overcome me. By destroying them, you freed me of these flaws. I can give you the knowledge of this freedom. Indeed, you have shown enough of it on your own for one lifetime. But we will need all we can muster to face the coming storm. Now, are we able to depart? We have much to do in order to begin. Make haste, then. We must deal with her before she claims another. Are you prepared to leave? I am eager to resume control of my mind and end our enemy's reign. Good. When we return, speak with me. The sorceress will not be suffered any longer. I am sure you have questions, and I shall do my best to answer them. First, let me say this. No adept in the history of the Scholia Arcana has earned the Savant's Ring more than you. Take it with my gratitude. Now prepare yourself. The time for suffering the predations of our enemy is at an end. It is our turn to strike. Savant Ingar was a dear friend, and one of the Scholia Arcana's most powerful assets. His loss will be felt by all within the Order. There is little else we can do but summon her. It might seem foolish, but if we do not try here, we will surely fail later. Dark times are upon us, Savant. The tragedies recently befallen our most powerful members speaks to a greater conspiracy at work. I should have acted sooner. I should have seen what was coming. I promise you this. I will do what is necessary to keep the Order from being destroyed, whatever the cost. It is time for you to learn the truth of our Order. The truth of Sierra Sardanis and the fall of the Dark Empyrean. Sierra Sardanis was never killed, Savant. She was imprisoned within the very stones of Rathir. Because of you, she has awakened, and though trapped, she has proven formidable. Now to destroy her, we must release her. When Ethan Engar cast the ritual for your initiation trial, he created a magic whose purpose was to conjure that which could challenge your potential. None could have anticipated that. To do so, the magic of the ritual would actually find Sardanis buried deep within her prison. The smallest part of her consciousness was summoned into your trial. Once awakened, she began using the minds of those involved to craft her escape. The truth of the Scholia Arcana's founding, its true purpose, is a secret that has been passed down from Archsage to Archsage. We have many savants within our Order, those supremely gifted in the arts of alchemy or sagecrafting or scholarship. But there is a reason that Archsages are chosen according to their mastery of war magic. Because one day, Sardanis will return, and one must be prepared to face her. Since her awakening, Sardanis has been reaching out from her prison and possessing mages within our Order. Her goal was the creation of 3 elemental keys: the sun, storm, and frost stones that you hold now. We will use these keys exactly as Sardanis intended. We will free her, and I will kill her. The brilliant Savaladan Bloodgood led the founders to build the very grounds of the Scholia Arcana into a spell. The glyph that imprisons Sardanis. Let the magic guide you. Walk the grounds, and place each key with the appropriate founder, and the spell will be undone. When Sardanis is free, join me at the center of the glyph. She will emerge, and I shall make my stand. Good luck. Now is not the time for idle... Good luck.
Here's the Oberkant.
Move along!
Students of magic, masters of spells. Curios, clasps, staves, and robes, all of the highest quality. Lyria's light guide you.
Need to do any trade? have some items for sale, or I can buy if you're looking to fence some items. Come again.
Well, my industrious little cloth finder. Have anything for me? That's good. Here's some gold for your trouble. Pleasant journeys.
Hello. For common goods, come to me. Gems and shards. Mave Arigal. Right over there. Abrin wine? Wherever did you find it? Forgive me, it's just they're devilish hard to find. You likely had no idea, but there's not a wine in the world I love more. In fact, I think I'll uncork this now and have a sip. Or two. What's this now? Carasta's contract? Ought to have known she was behind this. Still, I suppose I was a bit hard on her. Here's a reasonable figure. She shouldn't turn her nose up at this. What do you say? No, don't take it like that. Oh, well, it won't ruin me. Here's a deal. She's got it for a song. How's that? A remarkable woman, there's no denying. But you be wary. Those eyes of hers make promises. Promise things she'll never give. Now there's Anwan and Wyvern Gif. The old oak and the greenweed, some say. Not I. The coin of one's as good as the other. Friend to any soul with such distinguished taste in wine. To you, friend. A good head on his shoulders, that lad. I asked for a ledger I thought was long lost. He found it and brought it back. Why, they're good for nothing louse. Thank you, my friend. I know just how to deal with this.
20.
Curios, talismans, items. Of power.
The Eloon speaks.
Welcome.
Now is not the time. Good luck. The harmonies of the... Why does she not reveal us? No. Stay back. You must.
For so long, I have anticipated this moment. To savor the sweet taste of freedom, and to destroy the legacy of those that imprisoned me. And I owe it all to you. From the beginning, you've played your part with a bright perfection. Each step in harmony with my will. Fool. So much potential. It is a pity I have to kill you now. Archsage. What silly titles you children use. That wretch would have been a servant in the Dark Empyrean. But rest assured, he is safe now. Deep within the very same spell that bound me, and he will rot there for all eternity. How eager you are. I'm the one who spent the last 7 centuries trapped within a prison. Very well. Until today, you've tasted but a glimmer of my power. Now behold the might of the Dark Empyrean! You all will...
You have done what no other member of our order could. You have faced Ciara Sedanus and emerged victorious. After your trial of initiation, Jubal Calidus gave this to me. I realize now he meant for you to have it upon his death. The Scholia Arcana owes you everything, and are now yours to command, Archsage. With Savant Engar indisposed, running the day-to-day affairs of the chapter has fallen to me. The city's facilities are suitable for our use, and certain parts of it are not without their charms. In moments of solitude, I wonder, with recent events plaguing our mages so, will we survive these coming times?
Good day.
want them laid out for the General's inspection. And not a stain anywhere, do you understand? The locksmith Pledgeshield Fennin, you say? Stole my key, had it copied, handed it to the enemy? We must confront her at once. Maury! Henry! Seize her! Pledgeshield Fennin's in the cells now. Go see if she'll talk. We've got to get to the bottom of this. Hardly fair to hold her accountable when my own key was stolen. Best to forgive and forget all around, I think. What concerns me is whether anything else was stolen. It's not as if I've got an inventory of what's down there. I ought to have worn the damn thing around my neck, or station guards outside my quarters. Never thought it would come to that. Yes, yes, indeed. The duty's yours. I think she will tell us what she knows.
Armor shine, sword sharp.
I'll confess. I know I can never make amends for the deaths I've caused. But I will try. I stole the key and had it copied. I gave it to... He swore he worked for the Alfar army, that this could end the war. I knew they were stealing powerful things from that vault. But he said the Warsworn were refusing to use them in the war against the Fae, so we could keep getting paid to fight. A man named Elben Merok. I knew him from... that does not matter. He said he's a soldier in Tawili, though we always met pretty far south of the barracks, near the way into the marsh. I knew Elben from a time before the Warsworn. When he first came to me, I wouldn't even speak to him. But he kept at it, telling lies, offering hope for an end to the war that has so troubled my heart. That's what the Mages in Brigand Hall called themselves? I've never heard the word before. Brian was a mentor. He was my champion, and I betrayed him. My sister, my brother, all fought and died in Chloricon. I thought what I did would help end it, not let slip Niskaru and Dalantarth. Oh, what have I done? Stealing the key was the hardest part. Every moment, I was sure he would return and notice it missing. Once the original was returned and I had the copy, there was nothing to it. No one suspected quiet little Livia. In the army, as I said. The only place I've ever seen him is with his friends, where Tawili joins Akatha.
Given this turn of events, you are to find this Merok character. Extract from him what you can. I have other work for Gwyn. Meet her in Rathir when you're done. First, I will have her tend to that vault. High time it was cleaned and catalogued. After that, these mages call themselves Farlungi, right? I'd like to see what kind of footprints that name leaves behind. Did you see the look on her face when we seized her? Hard to tell if it was more fear or relief. Follow the trail, Warsworn. Someone copied that key and stole who knows how many artifacts from our vault. Go as far as you can to find them, then meet up with Gwyn in Rathir. For the army? Help with the war? My God!
Curios, talismans, items of power.
This here's the Oberkant.
Good evening.
Hello.
Archsage!
City Watch.
I have tinctures, filters, unguents, and balms. You have some skill in the craft, if I'm not mistaken. It would be an honor, a compliment to me, if you made use of my alchemy bench. An alarming question. Allow me. Yes, it is surely royal winds. Few possess such a compound. I am one. Lyria! What is more, I sold a phial of it recently to a servant of old Einar Abagast. This is terrible. I will send an antidote at once, but someone must do something. Go to the city watch. Speak with Fabian Tiern. At once! I knew his face because he has come to me for various other alchemical items over the years. And I've seen him once exiting Arbogast's door. The famous hermit of the Keys. Though his merchant business thrives, it is said he has not left his home in years. The compound is extremely rare, as it comes only from the lands south of the southern Phalanx. It's a devious poison, as you've seen. In far smaller doses, it is used by North Sea captains who must stand at the wheel for days unsleeping, lest they be sunk by floating ice. Rathir's city guards, haven't you seen them? Leave my store and head left through the Pederi. Find Fabian Tiern and tell him what I've told you. Fear not, I will have the antidote sent immediately.
Curios, talismans, items of power.
Well, you're not the only one who's been busy. I've called in every last favor in my book. Now there's only one last thing for after the duel. I have it all worked out. With your help, I'll be free of Rathir, free of the war, free as a lark. I need to prepare for the duel, and I can't be seen near the docks. I need you to find Jaber there and give him the name of the ship I chartered, the Maid of Fortune. That's where I escape once everyone thinks I'm dead. A very mild poison. Don't ask how I know or why Gelfine sells it. You appear dead for the length of a day, then you wake with a terrible headache. The Rose of Shadows will very quickly make me seem dead to that warrior oaf. I'll be moved from a coffin to a shipping crate. From shipping crate to Maid of Fortune's hold. From there, the high seas and beyond. No Rathir, no war, not a care. A simple thing, really. Find Jaber on the docks. Tell him the chartered ship is the Maid of Fortune. Fitting name, don't you think? When you're done, meet me at the dueling ground.
Plate of roast?
You've been talking to my son. What is he up to? I already know about this foolish duel. There's something else, isn't there? So that's it. I should have known. Disgrace a war hero and slip out of Rathir. Well, I tell you what. Go on as you were, but give him the name of Ravenswing instead. I'll ship him right to Chloricon. A good shaking up, that's what he needs. When it's done, find me here. You'll be handsomely paid, I promise. Remember, the Raven's Wing, that's the vessel. Wayland's follies are indulgences of youth. Nothing a little discipline and service can't grind out of him. Yes, one of our merchant ships. She sits empty for now. Soon, full of charitable provisions for our troops in Chloricon. He has always been like this, reckless. He takes after his father. What that boy needs is time in the army. Give word that Wayland be put on the Raven's Wing, that is all. And I will see you recompensed. I do not want for coin.
Wayland sent you? What's the word? This is a devilish curious business, and I don't mind saying so. Raven's Wing? You're certain he named that ship? Well, and who am I to say otherwise? A friend of our friend, you might say. I've raised a glass or three with the lad now and then. Owe him a bit of a favor, too. Now, isn't that one of Forsted's own? I wouldn't have thought. But then you'd know best. You wish him luck for me. Make sure he's got the handle towards him and the point out the other way. Aye, if you'll go and second his duel. That's the bargain, ain't it? Let's do our parts. Good day then, Dove, and good luck with it.
Sparrow send a hound out to the piers, and of course, now we're right where he wants the both of us, you and I. You think I'd just waltz back into Rathir like that? No, he lured me here to take the blame for the murders. That's what he did. Why, the captain of the watch. The one that's been snuffing out those sparrows. He likely sent you here himself. Got you out of the way so he could go and slaughter the last of them. Leisure-like. Clever bastard he is. Well, that is rich. Maybe I can't, but old Talibor can. And did. Now someone has to pay for his crimes, so it's you or me. And I do prefer my odds.
Make way for the arch.
Good, you're here. Wish me luck.
What have I done? Lyria, this is awful. How the blazes did I kill him? This was a duel to first blood. I can't stay in Rathir. This will get out. I was a hero here. All those fine dinners, the adoring girls. They'll hear of this. I'll be a monster to them now. That's where I'm headed after this mess. Dead? How is he dead? I hit him once.
He's got to go back to Mel Sen-Shir now. This is a scandal. That's where we're bound now. Can't linger here in Rathir. Don't matter what he did in the war. Now he's killed a man inside Rathir's walls. He'll have to leave. Reckon I'll go with Dalton. I was his second, after all.
You did the right thing. I know Chlorocan is good for the boy. Now, here is your reward, as promised. We don't pretend to the great houses, unlike certain families I might mention, but many luminaries have dined with us all the same. Don't you know, the Anwans are an ancient line, though if what I have heard is true, it may be near its end. The Wyvern gifts, on the other hand, no one has anything to say against the Wyverns, but then no one has anything to say to the gifts. You wish for a gnomish-spun suite, or a rare fey blade hilt. All these things must come to Rathir before they can be sold. I see to that. When you look about, you see a city of grace and magic. What I see Is this bought dear, that's sold cheap, cornered markets, doors to profit? I think he'll learn the error of his ways this time. I'm sure he thought himself clever, as if I wouldn't find out. Very well, then.
Students of magic, masters of spells.
If it's cards you're looking for, you'll find a cat. Lot of miserable rack pickers. You're the one. Do you know what you've done? What? And you didn't murder Dunn? We've all got blood on our hands. We all protect our hides when we must. I couldn't have this waif and her lot telling what they'd found. Which is why it's so good that you came. I'll blame their murder on you. Say you died in the struggle.
It is over now, thanks to you. And to think I only learned the cause of all this nightmare moments before he arrived. I was done with waiting. I had to do something, so I did what I know. I began sorting the piles of salvage, and that's when I found the cause. To hide his crimes, he was selling prisoners as slaves, smuggling them out to merchant ships in the dark of night. One of the boats wrecked and sank beneath the quays. That boat held slaves and gold, and had Talibor's name all over it. Before he could clear the wreckage, we took our pickings. We had his secret. He was willing to kill to save his name. In past times, we shared freely with the Watch, as we once did with the Dunman. But no longer. We will look after ourselves now. Defend ourselves now. Yes, I think that's best. Rathir is like we sparrows nestle in its roots. As long as one other sparrow survives, I will be there to help keep this nest and shelter.
Careful.
This is the City Watch. Do you have a crime to report? Or any other matter? Think of the Watch as the right hand of the Orbicont. We keep the prison, keep the peace amongst the people. To be honest, crimes in Rathir are uncommon, outside the lower tunnels at any rate. An occasional drunken brawl among Varani, disputes between merchants, that is all. I can hardly believe the news, but the captain of the Watch is gone. That means I will be captain soon enough. The Wending, where the poor live, extends into tunnels carved in the rock. Crimes there are hard to police, and the tunnels run deep. Thieves and the like will vanish there, and re-emerge when we are gone. The council which governs Rathir. No one knows who is on the council, though you may see their palace atop the spire. They are cloaked in robes and shadows, but do not concern yourself with that. Poison? I'd heard the boy was ill, but that is a bit far-fetched. I'll send one or two of the Watch. You should meet them with these accusations at Abergast's house. Yes, and by Alfar law, you, the accuser, must be present. We don't take accusations against the great houses lightly. Good.
A moment, love. I'll be right with you.
The contract? You have it. Let me see. This is... I don't believe my eyes. Did he agree to this? Oh, my lovely. You have done well. This will be very profitable for me. And so it should be for you. Don't let the old dog fool you. He is as shrewd and stubborn as they come. But like any old dog, his tail will wag for just the right treat. Leaving me? Sir, welcome. Relax and rest a while.
The ships are loading now for Melsen Shear. Are you ready to board? Suit yourself.
This is Cluricon. You'll see things there, the likes of which you never...
Curios, talismans, items of power. Students of magic, masters of spell.
Ah, here they come. He was a good servant. I knew him all his life, and now I have brought that life to a sweet and dutiful end. It was as he wished, though I know you will disbelieve me. I tell you no lies. No, it was not him. He was my disciple, but it was I and I alone who began the work of death. There would have been more death, but no matter. Balin's testament burns bright this day. If Coriana had not slighted my love those years ago, if she had not drowned my green spring in barren snow, her house not flourished while my soul withered, I would never have known the beauty of death, the words of Balin. I resolved my gift would start with her, but now I see my time has come. I welcome Balin's embrace.
Mind your step.
Do not miss Leocrist's many.
If you please.
It is done? Was he... Here, take this, and I must make a confession. I nearly married Einar Abegast many years ago. My parents forbade it. I knew it was wrong, that he didn't deserve to be treated so. The follies of youth. I never dreamed he would grow so bitter and turn to that dark cult. Never. Sometimes I think, if I had married him, I now would be no better than the wyvern Gif. And in the years since I broke our vows, I have had my own share of tragedy and loss. Yet I have not let it ruin me, but such is life in House Anwan. Rawani's antidote was true. He will improve. I have lost his father and his sisters to the war, but I shall not lose him.
The wyvern gifts are... are a disgrace.
Archsage, well.
Curios, talismans...
Nothing finer at all, Amalur.
What's this here? A little soldier come wandering down the coast? You'd better get word to Mad Hast in the customs house. Him and his will want to know. They always do. Damned theory.
A strong wind, lady.
What cost the lot by sea? I thought the meddler was taken care of along with the gnome. Go on. Hast will want to hear this.
very heroic, my fine little war swan. You have tracked and fought your way to my very door, but the vault has been emptied and Lord Beeson has flown to Eamon's Isle. You don't even know, do you? Your own history. Well, let it stay buried. Out of your hands, out of mine, and in Beeson's. Fear not, the Farlangi shall bring a beauty terrible and sublime into the world.
The Beeson. If it's true he's gone to Eamon's Isle, we must follow immediately. I know a ship's captain here in the city. Hopefully Captain Gonform isn't already hired. Take this, a token from Delfric himself. We should send word of our discoveries to him immediately. Some say he is a match for Calidus and that he sits on the Orbicont. Either way, he's a mage of considerable power. If he's behind all of this, then I fear this is only the beginning. It was built in the time of the First Sworn. No Niskaric artifacts are stored there, but if the accounts are true, much of our early wisdom was kept in the Stronghold's chapel. The founders of our order long ago, they amassed great knowledge about fighting Niskaru, nearly all lost and forgotten. Anytime she was not on duty, she spent among our histories and our ancient sites. I learned from her what the Warsworn were and the things we lost. But she never found the secret she was looking for. I wish my searchers turned up half as much as yours. These mages call themselves Farlongi, but no one has ever heard of them. Half of those I spoke to hadn't heard of what happened at Brigand Hall, and they, if anyone, should have. They're supposed to watch for such things. Beeson has cloaked his actions well. As soon as a ship can be chartered, yes. Search for Captain Gonthorm on the docks. If he has a ship free, I believe he will take us. I have wondered about them since we last spoke. They take the name from the legendary mage Farlong, but I do not know why. I know only his name as a foe of Aegon, son of Aemon, and I know the histories well. You, bring word to ancient Delphric. Now, let's get to the keys.
Hello, mate.
My ship is free, and its course is yours to plot, my friends. Were it not Warsworn asking, I wouldn't sail such treacherous northern waters or set foot on an island so long forsaken. But for you, I'll go. I'll go. Captain, trader, and a friend of the Warsworn at your service. You'll find no taverns with warm fires or feather beds on that rock. Stones and bones and rot is all. The Stalwart, she's called. A worthy vessel. Some years back, I caught the eye of a pirate lord named Derrys. Nearly burned, murdered, and thieved me out of business. I called on the Warsworn, and it took but 3 of them to hunt down Derrys, recover my cargo, and save my hide. Whenever you wish it, friends, you need but give the word. Then climb aboard. The seas may be rough, but you and your comrade need not fear. You're in able hands.
Look, that's the fortress over there. I wonder what will we find? And what Beeson has already found. I fear that he's already come and gone, and we still don't know what he wanted here. So much majesty, though now in ruins. Imagine what it must have been when all of this was glorious and new. Go on, we're not there yet. We must find our way into the fortress. I'm certain that's where they'll be.